Hey, good morning, y'all. This is your host, Brian Jew, and you're listening to The Drive-In on TBS efm. Guess what today is? Yes, dude, you guessed it. It is White Day, so that means all you guys out there, it's your day to impress your woman. Yes, so go out and get her something nice and show her that you really love her. Get her some flowers, some chocolates, some candies. You know what? I think some girls even wouldn't mind an envelope with some cash up in there. You know what I'm talking about? Because cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. $100 bills, y'all. And I think it's very important because, you don't want to show up to your girlfriend's house if you're going on a date today. And you go pick up your girlfriend. You don't want to show up empty-handed because then that just shows that you don't really care for her, especially on a day like this. It's a more meaningful day, like Valentine's Day last week or last month. We guys got chocolates and, we were serenaded or, just girlfriends showed love to us by, sharing candies and sweets for us. So we got to do the same for them today. So go for it. Unfortunately, I'm single, I'm lonely, so I have no one to give candy to. So instead, that's why I'm here, to entertain you guys. So for you guys right now, I have a great show. It's full of love, romance, suspense, and it's going to be really, really special. And the first song request is from Ayuko from the 1986 film Top Gun. And speaking of love, this song is perfect. It's by Loverboy, and it is Heaven in Your Eyes. Welcome back to The Drive-In with your host, Brian Jew, on TBS efm 101.3 in Seoul and surrounding areas, GFN 98.7 in Gwangju, and 93.7 in Yeosu. Now, we have some contact announcement changes. And after the season changes next week, we'll be changing our email address to efmpoppin@gmail.com. That's efmpoppin@gmail.com. And if you send an email to our current email address, it will be forwarded to the new one. So you have nothing to worry about for those of you who are still emailing us to the old address. But for all you new listeners, please, we urge you to send all your emails and your requests and shout outs to the new email address. Also, our Twitter address has already changed to @efmpoppin. But everyone who was following us on our previous address, you have nothing to worry about. We're just changing the name. So that means if you're following us, you're continuing to follow us. So don't freak out. Be happy. You're part of the EFM What's Poppin' family already, even though we haven't aired yet. But that's next week. All right, guys? And now it's time for the scene of the day. All right, now today's scene of the day, because today is White Day, I wanted to go for a romantic vibe. And one of the most romantic films that I've ever seen came out in 1992, and it starred Kevin Costner and the late Whitney Houston. And I know what you guys are, guessing right now. You're going to, I know this movie. Then you guessed it right. Of course, it's The Bodyguard. And Whitney Houston plays Rachel, a diva who's receiving death threats, so she hires Frank, an ex-Secret Service agent, to protect her. And Frank is played by Kevin Costner, of course. And at first, it seems like they hate each other, they're awkward around each other. But after he saves her from a mob at a concert, she slowly ends up falling in love with him. And I know what that's like. Sometimes I kind of wish I had a female, bodyguard. So every time I'm in trouble, the girl would protect me. And then, I start falling head over heels for her. But that's only in movies, y'all. Well, anyway, later on in the film, he saves her from he saves her from the man who's trying to kill her, even taking a bullet for her. And after the threat has died down, now it's time for them to say goodbye to each other. So, let's see what happens in this scene at the airport.
Yeah, well, let's get this over with, okay? Give me a kiss.
Goodbye, Rachel.
Bye, Frank. If I should stay, I would only be in your way. So I go.
You okay?
Yeah, but I know I'll think of you every step of the way. Wait! And
Oh my gosh. This scene is so touching. But I don't know if y'all realize, but listening to the scene again, why does Whitney Houston sound like she's 12 years old? She does. She sounds like a young woman. And I really wish you guys can see what's happening in this scene. And unfortunately, we can only play the audio track for you guys because we are a radio program. But after they say their goodbyes, Rachel, Whitney Houston, of course, who got on the plane, as slowly as it's taking off or is about to take off, she tells the pilot to stop. She's like, stop! And she jumps out of the plane to give Frank one last kiss. Oh, how romantic is that? You know, if you had that kind of power, that's crazy. You know? Dang. That can only happen in movies. Could you imagine if you're on a plane and you were like, 저기, pilot, 잠깐만요. He'd be like, get off the plane and you're never welcome on this plane again. No refund, get off. That's what would happen in real life. Yeah. Things like this do not happen in real life. And that's why it's a movie. That's why you can go and rent it if you haven't seen the movie. So do that. Do it the official way. If you download the legal way, I will come and cut you. Anyways, we got to play a song from the movie. This is the late Miss Whitney Houston singing, I'll always love you. My voice is gone. Check it out, y'all. Sing it, girl. Yes, that was Whitney Houston with I'll Always Love You from the Bodyguard original soundtrack. For all you young people out there, you know Whitney Houston's not the first person to sing that song, right? The original singer was Dolly Parton. Just let y'all know. Trying to learn y'all something a little bit, you know, for all you youngsters out there. Anyways, actually not the final, but I just wanted to go over the fact that today is Thursday again. So, guess what? One of the losers from yesterday's show, Olivia, is going to be on the air. I should have made a rule. If you lose, you're not allowed to come out on this program this week. But I didn't. It's a little late. So Olivia will be here for another Crack Thursday. And this will be the last time Olivia will be doing her regular corner. But she's still going to be with our, TBS family because we're changing things up, like I said, next season. And she's going to be doing new things, hopefully making a new paycheck. But we'll get into detail about that when she gets into the studio. That's going to be after intermission, so please stay tuned for that. So right now we have a song request, and the song request is by listener 3445, and it's from a British romantic comedy that came out in 1998. And the film is called Sliding Doors, and it starred Miss Gwyneth Paltrow and John Hannah. Now this is what happened if type of movie, you know what I'm saying? So she missed the train and the timeline splits into two, and we learned that things would be a little different in her life if she had actually gotten on the train. It's actually very interesting. And it shows you what chance and fate is all about. So let's take a listen to the song from this movie. This is called Turn Back Time, and it's sung by Aqua. That was Aqua with Turn Back Time from the Sliding Doors original soundtrack. And right now we're going to play the last song of the first half of our show. And this is a request from Sumin, and it's from, the Korean title is called 하울의 움직이는 성, or the English title, of course, Howl's Moving Castle. And it's the opening theme song of the movie. So check it out, you guys, and I'll be back with Olivia Lim. 안녕하세요, 저는 DJ Brian입니다. What's up, y'all? This is DJ Brian Ju, and welcome back to the Drive-In. And right now, we have your girl, Olivia Lim for Crack Thursday. Olivia, 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
네, 오늘부터는 저희가 한국말로 진행할게요.
네, 좋습니다.
네. That's kind of weird. I have never spoken Korean to any of our guests on the show, so it's kind of awkward, don't you think?
I'm not very good. I talk in Korean with an American accent, so everyone calls me out on it.
So you're like, 안녕하세요.
Oh, no, I can say 안녕하세요 really good, like 안녕하세요. That's pretty Korean.
The cute, yeah,
right?
the cute way.
But then when I talk to a taxi driver and tell them where to take me, they go, oh, where are you from? And it's like, oh,
so make something up and be like, I'm from Gwangju, what? I'm from down south. Don't hate me because you ain't me. That's what I would say.
But how do you say that in Korean?
저 아니라서 절 미워하면 안 되죠. 예. 아저씨, I'll cut you. That's right? What you gotta say to the taxi driver.
I'll cut you. If there was a Korean equivalent, I would totally say it.
Just say tekkodong. Koreans say it all the time. I do that.
tekkodong. With the hand. With the hand.
듣기 싫거든. Okay, that's all you gotta do. Anyways, today you're here because it's gonna be your last Cry Thursday.
My gosh.
And that's gonna make you cry.
I'm gonna be crying throughout the program.
Another reason why you're gonna cry is because you got cremated yesterday on the Jeopardy.
Okay, first of all.
First of all, what?
Like the Twitter said, it was rigged. Okay, if there was no Brian Jew category, otherwise known as who sung it, you would have been eating
it wasn't
the
a
pepper.
Brian Jew category because
yes, it was.
One of the answers were Hani.
But really, it was you singing it, so it wasn't really.
I didn't sing tomorrow. Hani did.
No, but didn't you say this was like your version of that song? So
No. That was the version of the song that we did a drama OST for together. But then he was in a drama. The question was, which person was in this drama called Over the Rainbow? I wasn't in that drama. Juani was.
Okay. Well, who would know that besides you?
Big Juani fans.
Well, obviously that's not me and Mike. Okay, but that was the only one.
Oh, that's so hurtful. You don't like Juani?
I like him. I just don't know much about him.
Okay.
Okay, so come on. If you didn't have that category, would you still have one?
What is that? He's doing something.
I think he's doing math. Trigonometry.
Yes.
Okay, no. Eugene, I think, wants me to talk about next week's show. So, Brian, what's poppin'?
I don't know what's popping with you, girl.
Nothing much.
Let me get them digits. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Libra.
Okay.
Yeah, what's
we ain't
yours?
gonna work because I'm Capricorn.
Oh, is that right? Libras and
Yes.
Capricorns fight like dogs
Yes.
and cats?
I don't know, but people are probably confused. They're like, oh, so next week you guys are gonna be talking about zodiac signs?
Exactly.
No. Next week, for the new season on TBS efm, we're gonna be not the driving anymore. It's gonna be a program that I came up with. It suits my name.
I like it.
Hey y'all, this is What's Poppin' with Brian Jew. See, sounds cool.
It has flavor.
It's got
it's cool.
flavor. It sounds more alive.
Yes, it does.
Pretty much more me.
It is. It's definitely you. I give you
And
that.
the great thing about What's Poppin' is that my voice is all raspy, hold on, is that you and Mike are still a part of our family.
I know. We're still a family.
And so, explain to the listeners right now what you'll be doing.
Okay, so I'll be coming in on Fridays, not Thursdays. And what's cool about Friday's show is that it's going to be an open studio. So we'll have guests come in, we'll have fans come in, and we'll interview them, and maybe even you can sing a little bit. Who
We
knows?
might even have, TBS Got Talent.
TBS Got Talent.
There you go.
I love
What's
it.
Poppin's Got Talent. Look at that. I'm just coming up with ideas
You're
left
just spitting
and
it
right.
out. I know.
But you got to be exact. For all you listeners out there, if you guys want to be part of the open studio, you got to come in Wednesday after a live program because it's going to be pre-recorded for Friday.
And then all you have to do is contact us at efmdrivein@gmail.com.
Well, that's our old email. It's
Oh.
efmpoppin@gmail.com.
Right, to reserve a spot.
Exactly. And then if you have any questions, or just want more information, email us, and I'm pretty sure our writer Eugene will get back to you ASAP.
Because he's good like that.
He's good like that, although he likes Star Wars. I don't know why. And Star Trek.
I think he prefers Star Wars over Star Trek.
I don't know. He likes the word star a little too much.
Really? I think he wants to be a star. Secretly.
If you wish upon a star. Yes, he's Disney's child.
No difference.
Who you are.
There you go.
Also, today's White Day. Did you get any candy or any sweets from anybody?
No, I'm not
Eugene didn't
loved.
give you anything?
Eugene didn't get me anything. Hello? You
Good
didn't
thing.
bring anything?
Well, I brought you love.
Oh.
Well, obviously Eugene can't bring you anything.
Well, yes, he should bring it to his wife.
Exactly. And if she found out he gave you something, that'd be some problems up in there.
Isn't it just, can't you just be friends? Give it to your friends?
You
Does it
can. I
have to
remember
be
when I first came to Korea, learned about White Day, I gave candy to a lot of my Nuna friends.
That's cool.
Yeah.
See? There you go.
There I go.
But no candy.
Since
no love.
majority of my fans are females anyway, I'm gonna, hand them some candy and stuff like that.
What are you going to do to your female fans?
I don't know, but the
abroad?
producer of the show, she's a female, of course, for you guys that didn't know that. And she's hinting to me that I should give her something. So I will give her a knife, so I'll cut her. Anyways,
see?
enough about...
the love. There's so much love.
We're jokesters here anyway.
I know.
Not the driving. But most importantly, now we got to put away the jokes and go to Cry Thursday.
Okay, this is a really cry movie.
Did you cry a lot?
I did.
What movie is this? This is a movie that I recommended
Yes,
for you.
it is. Remember?
The
3
time
words.
when we fell in love, do you remember? Who sang that?
That's Michael Jackson.
There you go. Ding dong dang. 500 points for next Jeopardy. Automatic.
500 points.
For the What's Poppin' Jeopardy.
That's cool. Oh, this is going to be so much fun. What's
I'm not going to do it for
Jeopardy?
Mike, just for you.
I've already got 500 points.
Alrighty.
Of course, Michael Jackson's awesome.
Exactly.
Anyways, but it's My Sister's Keeper.
Oh my goodness.
This is I had no idea what it was about. I remember when it came out a while ago, 2009 actually. But I saw it and this is such an interesting premise. It's based on a book. But basically, My Sister's Keeper is about an 11-year-old named Anna Fitzgerald, played by Abigail Breslin from Little Miss Sunshine.
Yeah.
She is awesome.
Great actress.
She is. So anyway, her character was essentially conceived to be a donor child for her older sister, Kate, who has leukemia. So Abigail was conceived to be a genetic match and donor for Kate. But after years of being tested and cut open, Anna decides to sue her parents in court to become medically emancipated from her parents because she does not want to give up a kidney to her sister. She's tired of them just cutting her open. So
That's sad if you think about it.
It is, but look, if you think about it, I can understand her. You know, even though she is 11, if you had like 20 hospital visits and you had all these surgeries, not because you were sick, but because they needed, blood and bone marrow and, like against your will, I can understand that.
Even though she's like a DNA tested child or she was born that way, she's still a human being. She has feelings. She has a soul.
She does.
Yeah.
She's a person. So in a way, to know that you were born just to be a donor for somebody else, I mean, I can imagine that's years of therapy for somebody. Like, I'm not special. Like, I'm just sort of like a clone.
If I was that girl, I'd probably run away.
Would you run away?
You'd have to, because you know that you never know what would happen. Like, maybe you're sleeping in the night and all of a sudden someone like puts a mask over your face and shoots a needle and you knock you out, and next thing you know, you wake up in a hospital knowing this is it. They're taking all my organs and I was only created to die anyway.
Right.
That's kind of sad.
It is sad. And so you totally empathize with the character and you feel for her. And it's just, I just, I never thought about this. I never knew that people could do that, could genetically engineer a child, a person to be a match for somebody else. I mean, that's the closest thing to cloning. A lot of people are saying we should clone just so, in case something like this happens.
But it's weird because, I am against cloning in a way because it takes originality away from a person.
Right.
But at the same time, if you are cloned and you are born and created already, then let the person live their life, because just because you're cloned doesn't mean they don't have a soul.
Exactly. You're still a person.
They're not a sentinel or a cyborg or a robot.
Exactly. Or Terminator.
Exactly.
But it's, this is what happens when you play God. When you engineer and you create like people for specific purposes. It gets out of control.
See, that's the key word there. Play God. God didn't create us just to kill us right away. He gave us a free will. We make our own choices, live our lives the way we want.
Right.
So if you're a doctor and you play God, let the patient, or I guess your client who's born under you, do their thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. But then, but on the other hand, this is actually what I was going to talk about later. As a mother, imagine this. Your oldest child, your daughter, your precious daughter is dying. And you've done everything, chemo, treatments, everything, but nothing's worked. And you need a donor. But you're not a match, your husband's not a match, and so the doctor suggests as a last resort, hey, maybe, you should have a donor child. So as a parent and being at your wit's end, on the flip side of the argument, it's like, wouldn't you want to do everything you possibly could as a parent to save your child's life?
True.
It's very, a lot of these questions are raised in this movie. So that's why it's very interesting. It brings up interesting dialogue and,
But going back to the topic of your child, the girl who's genetically made is also still their child.
Exactly.
Hard decision.
It is. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? So it's hard. But, Nick Cassavetes, I don't know if I said his name right, but he directed it. He also did The Notebook. Ooh. Remember The Notebook?
Rachel McAdams, of course.
Ryan Gosling.
Not a big fan, but Rachel McAdams.
She's great. You know what? I don't understand the appeal. All my friends are in love with Ryan Gosling. He's a good actor.
You don't like him?
He's not. He doesn't there's nothing special about it.
He doesn't make you bing.
No, not really.
Okay.
So The Notebook, he did John Q with Denzel Washington.
Yep.
She's So Lovely with
don't know that one.
Sean Penn, Robin Wright.
Okay.
When they were together. And it's based on the
novel.
They were dating? They were married. Sean Penn and Robin Wright.
I'm sorry. I thought Robin Wright was a dude. I was like,
no.
My bad. I was like, did they get together after filming that movie Milk? I was like, what's going on?
That's James Franco.
Ooh.
Ooh, no? Not a fan of James Franco?
I mean, he's cool, but he went weirdo for me.
How when? When he hosted the Oscars?
I don't know.
He doesn't do it for you.
I don't know. He's a person, if I became friends with him, I'd probably be backstabbed or something. I don't know.
You think so?
This is one of my thoughts.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he's not in this movie, thankfully. Okay. And this is actually based on a novel by Jodi Picoult.
Okay.
So, by the way, the movie has a different ending, completely different ending from the book ending.
Oh, I didn't read the book, so.
Well, I didn't either, but I
But you
was
saw, like,
researching the movie, and they, someone compared what happens in the end of the book, and then I know what happens in the end of the movie. Totally different. Like a person who dies in the movie doesn't die in the book, and vice versa.
Okay, we can't do it like that because you're going to throw people off and give the ending away.
I didn't know.
Okay.
Like,
But you said the word die.
well, I
It's
mean, it's about
obviously-
somebody who has cancer,
That's true.
so.
All right, well, I'm going to ask you what happens in this movie, or in the book, because I already saw the movie, after this song goes out. This is from the original soundtrack. This is Don Ho singing Tiny Bubble. 네, 청취자 여러분, 그게 단호의 Tiny Bubbles였습니다. 네, 지금 드라이브인에 돌아왔는데,
네.
올리비아 어땠어요, 노래?
너무 좋았어요.
No, back to English now. 너무 좋았어요에서, we're going back to
did I
English.
really sound like that?
Sounded very cute.
What else am I going to say with my limited understanding of the Korean language without
No, but it's
sounding
cute.
like an idiot?
It's cute. You're not bad. Don't ever think you're bad. No one's bad.
I'm
know.
pretty. I don't know a lot of vocabulary and the different.
We know you're pretty. Oh, get it?
Not as pretty as you, Brian. Oh, and he doesn't deny it.
See,
so
since
it's true.
I didn't bring any candy today, that's why I wanted to give you some compliments.
Aw. Okay, you're gonna pay me in compliments. You know.
You are so Korean to me.
That was awesome.
Yes.
Okay, cool. You're good. You didn't have
Thank
to
you
give me
very
candy.
much.
That was nice.
Did Eugene do anything for you today?
No, he just gave me more work assignments and told me what to do. He was very bossy.
Bossy.
Eugene is bossy.
Actually, I'm not going to be against that. You be a boss. That's what it's about. You go, boy. Get your cha-ching.
What's going on here? Are you taking
Anyways.
Eugene's side? Come on.
All right, so over the song, Olivia told me what happens in the book and what happens in the movie and compared it. And let's just say, if they make a new version of this movie somehow in the near future, going with the book ending, I think would be a great twist.
Totally,
I
because
think
it's so
so.
unexpected.
It's so unexpected. So if you guys are out there who are curious about the book, who actually still read these days, I know a lot of kids just wait for everything to come out in movies.
I know.
Go read the book. It's totally different.
And the book version is always better.
It's
Maybe
always better
except
because-
for The Godfather and Lord of the Rings, but other than that, I feel like books are typically better than the movies.
Well, that's the truth only because with movies, you only see it the way the director and the producer see it. In a book, you can imagine it to be any way or the characters to look a certain way.
Right.
That's why I feel like it's always better.
Yeah, well, because in your head, they always look a different way. The characters, you know? You got a specific look in mind.
Exactly. When I read, what's it called? What's that?
Which one?
book?
Which one?
Oh,
Harry
a long time
Potter.
ago. No, like the 4 Kids in the Jungle, Flies.
Lord of the Flies?
Yeah. When I read that when I was, younger, like 7th grade, 8th grade, I imagined the characters to be aliens. And that was in my imagination.
Shaking his head. But you know what? That's what
That's
you
my
pictured in your
imagination.
head.
Don't judge me, Eugene.
Oh,
Shaking your
he
head.
judges. That look of...
Shoot, if I was a bullet, I'd be in your brain. Anyway.
Hey. So last week, you made fun of me because you're like, you want to kill people? That was like a reference right there.
I don't want to kill him. I just want to go in
Bullet
his
in
brain.
his brain would definitely kill him.
No, just like the outer parts of his brain. And just like the borderline part of
So
his
just like
brain.
graze his...
Exactly. You never saw Hannibal?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Which one? Hannibal or the original Silence of the Lambs?
Hannibal. I think it's Hannibal. There's like the scene in the
sequel?
movie. I think it's a sequel. It's the scene in the movie
where
when he cuts the brain.
Yeah, and he's feeding it to the guy.
And the guy's still alive when it's happening.
Yeah, but he's like so drugged out. He's smiling.
But I heard that's possible. You don't die right away. The way you scalp somebody.
Ew.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so gross.
That makes me want to not cry, but vomit.
I know. Wait, what? That's my fault.
That sounds like a cough.
Did it? Well, I didn't want to, be too disgusting.
You cray. All right.
I'm gonna
Are there
miss
any
this.
fun facts or some detailed points in this movie you want to share with the listeners?
Yes. Here's an interesting fact.
Okay.
Originally, Elle and Dakota Fanning were set to play the Fitzgerald sisters.
Oh.
But they bowed out after Dakota Fanning refused to shave her head for the role. So remember the girl who played the sister with cancer and she was beautiful. She looked a lot like Thora Birch.
But I'm saying, if you're an actress or an actor and you're offered a lot of money to do a movie, go for it. And plus, if you shave your head, your brand new head of hair coming out, that's healthy hair right there.
Exactly. And it grows back. It grows back.
Exactly.
I mean, I would totally do it because I'm not attached to my hair at all. Like I love rocking short hair.
Exactly.
Natalie Portman did it for
some movie.
V for Vendetta.
Exactly.
Anne Hathaway, cut it really short for.
See, it's different.
Les
With that,
Mis.
like you said, it grows back. It's cool. It's not like you're getting a tattoo of a teardrop under your eye. It's on your face for the rest of your life.
That's permanent.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
I mean, for all you new actors out there, if you're getting paid to get bald on TV, female actresses as well, because I know females are against the whole shaving your head off, go for it.
It'll grow back.
And
It's
if
just
people,
hair.
Exactly. People look at you and say, why'd you shave your head? You have a good reason. I'm doing a movie. Are you? That's all I gotta do.
Are you? You can just be rocking headscarves. I love headscarves. They're so
Exactly.
beautiful.
Or-
Or
Get a wig. There's
Get
some
a-
cool
be
wigs out
fabulous.
there. Get one of
Yes.
them LMFAO wigs, the big afros.
ooh,
Look like Macy Gray. And that's my Macy Gray
that's
impersonation.
not bad. That's not bad. Her voice is very, raspy like that.
Gray, and this is my house. All right,
That's
we gotta
awesome.
go to the evaluation right
evaluation,
now.
I
Because
know.
PD's yelling at me. Guess what? PD is yelling at me right now, but we have to actually, we forgot to announce.
What?
When the driving changes to What's Poppin', we're gonna have a new producer.
Oh my gosh.
She's quitting for a while. She needs, time off to take care of her daughter.
I know.
Be with her family. Be a,
She
stay-at-home
needs
mom.
time for herself.
So that's why I'm gonna
makes
do
me
what I
really
want to do because
sad.
next season you can't do nothing to me. What? What? Go ahead, Olivia. Do what you want.
The tears are now coming. I'm gonna miss
Don't
PDD.
cry.
I have to because I gotta do the scale.
Okay, that's true. Evaluation is cry.
Right? Okay. So, honestly, not because the movie, was, amazing or,
It's not
deserves
a
a
great,
5.
great movie.
No, but it definitely will cry because
Yeah.
the older sister says her goodbyes to her siblings. And,
Did you cry in that scene?
I did.
Oh my god.
How could you not? She apologizes to her siblings for not being there for them, and it's heartbreaking. Goodbyes are always so hard, and I'm gonna start crying right now.
But next week's gonna be a high. It's hello again next week.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Oh my gosh.
Olivia went to acting mode and started crying. Now she's choking on
I'm
her own
choking on
saliva.
my own skin. I'm so see. That's how committed I am. I'm a
All right.
what
Guess what? We're
I'm
gonna
that
do something
actor.
special. We're gonna do
Method
the
actor.
evaluation straight into the closing, so you and I can close the show together. So,
Oh really?
but that's only once you give the evaluation, though.
Okay. Well, I gave it a 5 just because it's a sad day. It's,
Aw.
we're saying goodbye to the drive-in. We're saying goodbye to our PD. We're sort of saying goodbye to the family, even though we will be back next week. And I hate saying goodbyes. And I'm
right.
actually really crying.
Olivia's goofy right now, but guess what? We TBS family members are going to get together on Saturday night anyway and hang out.
I know.
Yes, so don't be sad because we're all still going to be here. But right now, it is time to wrap up the show. Olivia gave this 5 cries out of 5. So it is a movie that you should go see, especially if you're in a sad mood and you feel like bursting out of tears that night. There's nights I get like that. I want to see a sad movie.
Right.
So this is a good movie for that.
Yeah.
But right now, we're going to end the show, but 1013 Main Street is next, so stick around for that with An Jung-hyun. And if you're listening to GFN down in Gwangju, then stay tuned for Hello Korea. And the final song of the hour, and the final song for our Drive-In Thursday is Jimmy Scott with the song Heaven. And I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow for our final Drive-In Day. Peace!
안녕히 계세요.